I invite the distinguished delegate from Armenia to be followed by distinguished delegate from the Civil Society Education Partnership.
Honorable Executive Secretary, distinguished Chairperson, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to address the 10th Asia-Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development under the item Accelerating the Implementation of the 2030 Agenda through Voluntary National Reviews. Our deliberations offer a timely opportunity to reflect upon the achievements so far and to thoroughly discuss the existing challenges and our collective efforts aimed at shaping the ways to getting back on track towards the implementation of sustainable development goals at national, regional, and global levels. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development remains at the center of the United Nations efforts in leading effective post-COVID recovery, as well as for boosting the collective efforts of the international community in achieving harmony between economic growth and environment, building peaceful and inclusive societies. As we have entered the third year of the decade of action, the urgency of meaningful progress towards the SDGs cannot be overestimated. We fully support the measures proposed by the UN Secretary General in his Our Common Agenda report towards accelerating SDG implementation and getting ready for post-2030 actions. Mr. Chair, over the past years, Armenian government has been taking active measures to synchronize the SDGs with Armenia's national priorities and reform agenda by incorporating them into national strategies with an institutionalized and inclusive approach. As a landlocked, middle-income country with limited resources, Armenia faces complex development challenges, which require a people-centered and human rights-based approach to unlock the economic potential of the society. My government's ambitious reform agenda includes almost all the areas of public life, with a particular emphasis on promoting inclusive and quality education, universal, affordable, accessible, and quality health system, and a resilient social protection service with a focus on the vulnerable segments of society. Unfortunately, the devastating consequences of the COVID-19 have undermined Armenia's SDG implementation process. The fallout caused by the pandemic has been further exacerbated by a complex situation in our region. The 44-day war instigated against Nagorno-Karabakh in the fall of 2020 amidst a global pandemic, followed by constant unprovoked acts of aggression against the territorial integrity of the Republic of Armenia, have caused thousands of casualties, mass displacements, and destruction of critical infrastructure. Despite these challenges, Armenia remains determined to continue its path of implementing ambitious reforms aimed at overcoming structural challenges, addressing vulnerabilities, ensuring an enabling environment for the human capital development and realization of social and economic rights. Mr. Chair, follow-up and review of implementation of SDGs is of critical importance. In this regard, voluntary national reviews are the key tools to assess progress and challenges as well as seek solutions and support. Armenia has already presented two voluntary national reviews on the implementation
delegate,
of
I wish
SDGs
if you could conclude the statement.
in 2018 and 2020, which reflect the success. Currently, the government of Armenia considers presenting its third VNR with a view of assessing and achievements and lessons learned halfway to 2030. In conclusion, Mr. Chair, let me reaffirm Armenia's full commitment to effective multilateral cooperation for development at the global, international, and regional levels, and we look forward to working with all our partners in identifying measures to be taken to accelerate implementation of the 2030 Agenda and SDGs at all levels. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished delegate from Armenia.